Alrighty then. Week 7, late to the game, because it's already Friday, and I have not posted in the beginning of the week. It's been a busy week. But we're going to be talking about the pros and cons of Week 7. Obviously, as most of it's already passed, I'm going to talk about some of the wins and some of the negatives. So number 1, wins for the week. I was able to do 2 days of hypertrophy, muscle building. On Monday to Wednesday, I did my first push day in a very long time, and I did my first leg day also in a very long time. So was happy to do those. Pretty, wouldn't say it was pain-free, but I put myself in a position to not aggravate the nerve in question, so it was good. Wins in terms of medication, I feel like it's knocking down the pain to very manageable levels. I can sit for longer, and I can even drive for longer periods of time before it really start getting that sciatic nerve pain down the left side of my body. I found an inversion table online that was being sold, and I got a pretty good deal on the price. Ended up being, let's see, around $100-ish for a nice inversion table. Teeter is a good brand, if you guys were curious. I think it's helping. The only thing I will say, it's going to go in the cons section, is full inversion, pretty spicy. So I'll talk about that later. And then sleep is on point because the medication is starting to be more routine. I found a good little split where I take the medication right before bed, and I get around 6 to 7, or maybe even 5 hours. And then if I have to take another dose in the morning, it'll kind of get me the rest of the way through. So I'm really happy about that, being able to actually sleep. It's been great. Cons. So still struggling with like the mental side of the recovery process. It's just a painstakingly long process, trying to change the camera a little bit here. As you guys are aware of, healing this naturally or even with surgery, you're looking at, at minimum 6 months of like total recovery time, while trying to juggle everything that you're doing in life, from work, children, household daily tasks and chores. But when your back starts flaring, you feel pretty useless. And I still struggle with feeling pretty useless. You really got to slow down in those situations and understand and make sure that the people that around you understand that you are obviously doing your best to heal as fast as you possibly can. So it's always a mental struggle, is what I'm trying to say. Back to the inversion table, my back can be sensitive still. So when I did the full inversion the night prior, I felt a good little pop in my back, and it was like one of those like chiropractic pops that felt good. And I was like, okay, definitely got some pain relief out of that. I went into the next day, tried to do it again, felt another pop, but maybe because the medication wasn't present, I was like, ooh, that's naughty. And I was feeling pretty rough for maybe an hour or two before the medication kicked back in, and much better position for today. Last thing I'll talk about is just being regimented. One of the things I love about bodybuilding is it puts you on a very regimented day-to-day protocol, which stacks up to a lot of like long-term wins. And coming from prep and having like every single meal, training schedule, training clients, you're sectioning off portions of your time, so that way every hour feels like you're doing something in sync with what your goals are. And then when you get knocked off your timeline, it's like, it just feels like you are taking a step backwards, I suppose. But then what I will say to everybody is, again, going back to grounding yourself and understanding exactly where you're at in your recovery process. One door closes, I can't move as much, I can't train as hard, but I can train my mind and I can read more. If I'm going to be sitting on my back, I'm going to make sure that I'm as knowledgeable as I possibly can in terms of recovery for myself, but also for clients. And I think I've been able to do that. Also, my online practice is getting a lot better. Able to check in with clients a lot more, not having to train upwards of 8 hours worth of clients in person. I have dedicated everything to online, and I felt like a lot of good progression has come across the way. So in totality, for week 7, I'm in less pain. Pen medication is flat. I'm not going up or down. There's no titration up or down. I'm able to load my spine with compressive force. So if I have something out in front of me, like a baby, King Roman, for instance, I can hold him a lot longer and not feel like I'm being destroyed. And I can feel more useful around the house. Obviously, doing more things, more household tasks, it's just a good feeling to kind of get that progression going again as well. So to all of you that are watching, progression or the process is slow, even progression for that matter, and it's disheartening at times. But I encourage everybody to reflect how far you've come in your process. I'm a lot better since I started with April. If we're going down my memory lane, walking with a limp, constant pain levels past a 6, bad sleep, bad mood, and worse off maybe than everything is no plan of action. So it feels like you're spinning your wheels. Not a good place to be in. So, excuse me. For all of you watching, understand that this process takes a lot of time. Make sure that you're working with somebody to get the job done and expedite how fast you can get things done. And you're going to be in a much better position. Keep your head clear, be positive, and do what's necessary to heal faster. Dragon, aus.